So today, I thought I should bring a little bit of a favorite to the Pokemon community. I'm loading up a little Raichu with this substitute nasty plot set with TERA Fairy Draining Kiss. What's poppin', people? We're back. And I got this idea. I've had it for weeks because ZS has used it and spoken somewhat highly of it. I don't know how much emphasis I want to put on that, given, I mean, it is a Raichu, but he said that it's actually worth taking seriously. And I think given that NU is a tier without too many options for ground immunities, that hey, or not ground immunities, hell no, for electric immunities, that hey, Raichu at least is an electric immunity, so that's pretty cool. Anyhow, this first matchup, we're about to cook. You know what's unironically good? This TERA Electric Lurantis. I'm actually vibing with it real hard. And I'm going to lead off with my Bombardier, and I'm going to use Knockoff because you do not KO me. And getting a knock on anything on this dude's team is insane. His team, if I were an offensive Bombardier, like, what's the answer? Oh my lord. Yo. Yo, I just got cooked. What? Huh? Yo, that's really funny. I live this though. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro, Chacho, but I'm tanking these. Hey, get out of my sight! Get out of my sight! Alright, so I'll run over the sets real quick. We've got this for our Raichu. Choice Specs NDD. I think it's a mon that honestly deserves a little bit more usage. Also a TERA Fairy to power up our Gleam. Standard Passimian. A bit of a utility Bombardier because we hyped up this mon so much before it actually dropped. For kind of a set like this, actually. I remember this being brought up a lot. So I wanted to give it a shot finally, because I feel like all we've seen are offensive sets or just lead sets for hyper offense. Standard Quillfish added this Lurantis. I don't know if these EVs are any good at all. Just bear with me. So my opponent does actually go to their Passimian. I will always go hard Quillfish, and I'll throw off a Toxic here. So now that this eel has been poisoned, it is literally not a Pokemon. I'll go Lurantis. I'll fire off a Leaf Storm here. Yo. The primitive urge I had to immediately just TERA Electric versus this dude was quite insane, but I don't want to waste it. I'll go Bombardier now. He can Will-O-Wisp me, I truly do not care. Oh, and we dodged that? Yeah, that's game. Yeah, that's tough. I will say that is tough that we dodged the Wisp. I think we had real good odds to win from here anyway. Our opponent kind of tossed his Zoroark early. TERA Blast fighting is real interesting to see. Basically, our opponent said, I hate missing. I'm not running Focus Blast. And it also gives you coverage for Umbreon that way, and even Chansey. So I don't think it's that bad. I'd probably still just run Flamethrower if I ran Nasty Plot, because I'm going to be honest. I think there are better Pokemon to dedicate your TERA to than a Nasty Plot Zoroark. But I still vibe with the set idea. I think that's pretty cool. And I mean, hey, TERA fighting we talked about with a couple other Pokemon. It is generally pretty alright. Even just for defensive uses, because you get that immunity to Lycanroc's Accelerock. Now, would I need immunity to Accelerock? Or not immunity, but resistance to Accelerock? With a Zoroark? No, I'm just outsped and CC'd anyway. But hey, maybe if they lock into Accelerock, could make use of that. Toki has PM'd me a team. I feel like this is something they want me to. What the hell is this? Alright, well, y'all are gonna see that in the video. It's okay, Toki. I'll respond when I've got a moment. Anyhow, our opponent has two Moths. Or a Moth and a Butterfly. And, oh my god, look at their setup threats. Just the first three Pokemon, and then you've got this Vaporeon, which could also be Calm Mind, mind you. We've seen that a lot, I feel, in these lives. And it's pretty consistently been annoying to stop. And then they've got Darkspun, which is pretty awful, I'll be honest. But then they've got Medicham. I do love Raichu this game. I think he put in a lot of work. I'll need to get through the Frostmoth first, but once we do that, really vibing with the Chew. I'm gonna lead off with this. Unfortunately, my opponent decided to lead with the Pokemon that 6-0s my entire team. My play right now is looking like, let this be put to sleep. Thankfully, my opponent switched because they thought that I was Choice Scarf. So I'm gonna reveal that I'm just not. Well, I'm trying to think, do I need this Mon at full? And I don't think I do. So yeah, I'm just gonna throw Stealth Rock up. And then I'll go Quill. Because this is a very safe Toxic for me. If he gives me... Oh... Toxic on Ursaring isn't even that useful. I'll still go for it. He's probably Guts, and this is gonna be, you know, throwing the game away, but whatever. I like to troll a little bit. This is also why I'm such a huge fan of Taunt, by the way. Because we've seen so much Ursaring on ladder with those super bulky bulk up sets, bulk up, rest talk, play rough. They've always felt pretty strong to me, and I like Taunt Quillfish just to put those just completely out of commission. So we get the Toxic off on this. This is... Yeah, so there, it starts bulking up. Now, this is a problem. I'm gonna go hard in DD, and I'm gonna Trick before this thing is too much of an issue. At the very least, I might force him to switch here, which I'd take as well. Like, I don't mind if I force this just out. Even if I get dump off the Trick. Yeah, so now he locks the player off. So I just get to go back to Quillfish now. And throw off another Toxic. As he does just play rough. We went for Toxic just in case he felt like preserving Ursaring. You always got to keep in mind your opponent could preserve a Mon to sacrifice later. I think Toxic there was just safe. This is still not game over at all. Though we do see that this Mon took the Hazards damage. That is pretty good. I will stay in Toxic. That might have not been the best move. But it's okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna Terastalize and I'm gonna Terastalize and I'm gonna Terra Blast here, I think. I have to. Definitely wish I was Terra Fire for this matchup. I'd actually be able to hit the Frost Moth. So I think now Moth just comes in, right? Yeah, Moth is just gonna come in. This is a bit of an issue. Yeah. Yo. Terra Ghost. I've lost. I have indeed lost. Yeah, I knew this matchup's gonna be hard, man. So, remind me why Frostmoth is not universally viewed as broken, by the way. I'd love to hear it. And yeah, we had to go for Protect there. Hope that we could unthaw and maybe not unthaw, wake up and then tank a Giga Drain. Oh, they get a crit? Well, that definitely mattered. What? That's lame. What the fuck? You're not gonna tell me that this Bug Buzz crit did not matter. My opponent choked the game. What? Hold on. Hold on. Let me cook. Surely, right? I'm not going insane? This move does not one-shot Pissimian? I know it's +2, but come on. Yeah! What's this move doing? Why didn't they Ice Beam? That would have slammed me. And then look at this. Knockoff obliterates you. Also, imagine if I went for knockoff as they Terra Ghosted. That would have been funny. Damn, man. Wait, no. I'll be honest. I think my opponent's team was just only set up Pokemon. I was 100% about to be met with that Vaporeon as it went for Calm Mind. Though I think Raichu could have dealt with it, so who knows. This Mon hasn't even seen the field yet, so hopefully we are able to change that soon. My opponent's got Aurora Veil. I think this is just Hyper Offense. I'm gonna be honest. I think this is just Hyper Offense. Now, it is really bad looking Hyper Offense, but I think that's what it is. My opponent led with the Pokemon that 6-0s me. I'm gonna go for Chip. Well, I got Chip. I got more. Yes! Raichu is in! Yes! Yes! I did some damage with Raichu! Yippee! One of the most unnecessary Stone Edges ever, by the way. But it is what it is. Also, we see that this is Intimidate. So, That's interesting. I went this, by the way, because no item. I don't really know why this has no item, though. Maybe it's choice locked or life orb? Interesting. I'm gonna stay in psychic this. Yeah, is that so? Yeah. Yeah, it's not how that works, my guy. That is not how that works. And I'm just gonna spam synthesis. Oh. My opponent decides they need to do that. Okay. I'll sack the Lorantis. This mon isn't really crucial, I don't think, to winning the game anyhow. I feel like I've been kinda right about his team being just straight up hyper offense. He's got a lot of offensive mons. You know? It's kind of offensive. I could go right back to Indeedee here. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go Indeedee and I'm just psychic. Maybe it's a speed tie. If it was a speed tie, I won. So that's good. The main threat at this point is gonna be that Stantler. I can go Raichu versus you. Go for a Thunderbolt. At this point, I'm just forcing Raichu to do something, you know? Oh, he's rest talk. Oh, I actually just misclicked there. Do not tear into a ghost. Ah, he tears into a fairy. Even worse. Oh my god, this is what I mean by all these stupid Eviolite mods with rest talk and a setup move, man. They all just run a fairy move, so Passivity does nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, Raichu not doing too much so far. Hopefully we can fix that. I just need a game where my Raichu can find a turn to set up. But the issue I'm running into in these games, it feels like, I don't have turns that I want to try to set up on. Because, like, it just can't. This mod is too fragile. And we're not getting matchups against, like, Vaporeons, where we can actually just try and safely nasty plot. And even if I do, I feel like my opponents have consistently had mons that just outspeed me. Which is quite unfortunate. Anyhow, let's just pause this game while we get another. His ladder is a little bit inactive at the moment, so we'll be right back. So naturally, right after I pause the video, we immediately find one against Swifty Schwimmer. See, this in theory is a Raichu game. In practice, I don't know. The Pokemon that we'll want to set up on is this Vaporeon, though. And I mean, again, TERA, Fairy, Draining Kiss should go in this game. I mean, look at my dude's team. Unfortunately, this Lycanroc is faster than me. So, we'll need to deal with that somehow. I'm gonna lead with my Passimian. Yeah, and I'm just gonna close combat turn 1. I'm not gonna think too much about this. My team does not have a great rock resist, and so if I U-turn and he goes for like CB Stone Edge, it's really problematic. So for some reason, my opponent is running this. I couldn't explain it. Just kind of a bad set. But this also means he's like coil on. So why are you? Yeah, no. Why are you Suicide Lead Lycanroc? You have a Sandaconda, my guy. What the hell? All right, it should be fine still, but that definitely is throwing me off. This could have just been Choice Band Lycanroc, and then you'd have a great Pokemon versus my team. Instead, you opt to have this as your set. I mean, it worked, though. He got the Endeavor off, so I can't say too much. But this is what I always mean when I'm talking about you need to think about synergy and how your sets come together. This set makes no sense to be here. Just run it on Sandaconda, dude. Just run. I know he's probably Coil, because that's really the only reason you'd put another Stealth Rock setter alongside a Conda. Unless you're me, then you ran 2 attacks Glare Rest once. But in general, this is always your rocker. I'm 100% clicking Toxic with no thoughts behind it. But yeah, there's just no need for this. It's just bad. So, this side there is a bit of an issue. Especially if he goes for Trailblaze. He aerial aces. Trying to think too about the Passimian matchup. Oh, he U-turns. Interesting turn to U-turn. But preserving Quill is really good. I just need to make sure I have Quillfish for the pass. And I'll knock here. Win for knock, just in case he was like hard switching out, fearing a Scarf. I do think staying in like that's risky, but oh wait, I forgot. You can see my items and boots. That's funny. So I'm gonna go Raichu here. I should be doubling Lurantis here always, but I'm a little worried. Yeah. I had no reason to be worried about this, I don't think. But, you know, I felt like playing it safe. Then for some reason they Earthquake when I have the Lurantis here. Damn, they got me. So we will defog. Maybe he is still Glare on this, because he could be. Gonna go back to Quill. I just keep getting U-turned on, but the Scyther keeps taking damage. And he doesn't really have a great mon to bring in versus me anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's Sandaconda every time. Like, I'm not worried. So he is Glare. I will double back to Quill here. As he goes to Muck. Is he gonna have Toxic Spikes, or is he just gonna start using Curse? I think if he starts using Curse, the game might be a little over. As we see even before, even with Taunt, you just don't even keep up. You just don't. I could Surf here for some chip. Nah, because he should always just EQ me. Yeah. I'm gonna Synthesis up. Yep. And this mon's gonna keep taking more and more damage. Yeah, so he Swords Dances that turn. I'll go for Surf. That does so much, but this will faint now. That did more than I expected, I gotta be honest. That did a little too much for my liking. A little too much for my liking. I still think maybe Raichu could do something this game, but it's just gonna be hard. What are you going for here? Knockoff? Yeah. I'll double back to Quillfish versus the Muck. At this point, I just want to get some health back. If I can get a couple more layers of spikes, that's also good along the way. We still haven't seen Konda's item. Do want to make sure I get that information. Goes for U-turn. Oh, beautiful. No poison point, sadly, but this is still beautiful. All my spikes are up now. Let's go. Protect there. Now I just go hard Lurantis. And I'll always go for my Synthesis versus you. And I could throw off a Leaf Storm. I could double as well, predicting Muck. Get my Indeedee in, but if I catch this, that's pretty good. And I don't think I'm worried about the Muck. My opponent was pretty clearly worried about Indeedee coming in. I think at this point it was just going to be, whenever Indeedee comes in, it probably picks something. So unfortunately that game, again, Raichu's struggling. It's okay. The team was named RAICHU for a reason. I think we've seen that reason. But this is a game where I feel Raichu could do absolutely nothing at all, so that's at least good to know coming into it. My opponent's got a Vespiquen, and this mon is definitely like on my top 1 list of hate to face. Not because it's good, but because it's just annoying. It's so bulky. It has Toxic. There's no Clerics in this tier. It just sucks. This is a very free Toxic turn. I'm gonna go for my Poison. That was actually a bit risky, given that the Mabostiff could have just triggered Poison Point. But we do get our Poison off on this. They go Metacham. I can Protect. So they go for a Thunder Punch. I'm gonna see. How does this go? How does this go for me? Yo, wait, Raichu just 1v1 to Chansey. 1v1 to the Chansey. Let's go. Let's go, little Raichu. I'm getting Zen headbutted here. Don't think you're smart. Okay, same move. Same exact move. Get that. Throw the rocks up. Go for a nice knock. Yo, Raichu just beat a Chansey down 1v1. Okay, that's actually insane. I should double to Raichu here. Yeah. Go for a nice little substitute. Oh no. My guy. That wasn't the right move. Also, setting up T-Spike against a team with a grounded poison always feels so bad. Yo, Raichu, 2. That's 2. Raichu's picked off 2 of them. Oh my lord. I think Draining Kiss would also one-shot Kana. Keep in mind, too, Terra Sterilization boosts the power of moves that are under base 60 up to base 60. So just Draining Kiss is actually 60 base power with Terra. You don't kill me with anything. Maybe that. Okay. This asshole just reveals Terra Blast Ice. I'm pretty sure he specs as well. I know he specs. No chance in hell you weren't. I should still protect here. Oh, you'll give me a Toxic on Vespiquen? Oh, awesome. This dude thinks that I'm worried about all these hazards. That's insane. I don't think he realizes I don't care. You know, you may think that I care, but I don't care. Especially when I have Lurantis here that just comes in. Uh-huh. Oh, and guess what? No more T-Spikes. No more T-Spikes. And the nice thing is I also got to set up every single hazard of mine. So, I mean, we're just in a nicer spot than my opponent. Yeah. That's a great one to end it on. Little old Raichu actually 1v1ing Chansey, and we got to see Substitute feel useful. We forced the Vespiquen out. It can't break the sub because we're Terra Fairy. And then we just killed the Medicham. That was Scarf. We did get popped by Jolteon, but that's fine. You know what? That's insane. I thought this was an impossible matchup for Raichu to do anything in. It actually was pretty okay. I hope y'all enjoyed this. This was a really fun one to do. I am trying to use, in some of these future lives, more niche options. Because I do think NU, although it feels super heavily centralized around, you know, the Mons, Electros, Passimian, Sandaconda, Vaporeon, I still want to give a shot to the other guys that still have use. I mean, come on, look at my builder real quick. You see up here, like, you see the line of Sandaconda. Look at this. But then you got, like, some other cool dudes that I also want to give some use to. Obviously, Quillfish is not a niche mon at all, but hey. Hey, man, I mean, I still have Passimian on this team. I need, at the end of the day, to have some help when I use these niche guys. And obviously, the Squawkabilly team, there ain't a niche Pokemon on the team anywhere other than the Squawkabilly. But, hey, sometimes you just put random wall breaker alongside standard. Other times, I like to run just a whole bunch of, you know, fun. And other than, like, the Passimian and Quillfish, I don't really think this team's too standard. So it was a nice one to try out. Stay happy, though. Stay safe. Read a book. Books are fun. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.